Hello and welcome back to the another episode of Daily News Quiz Analysis for IAS Prelims 2025. It is 23rd March today, and in this video we are going to solve some important questions which are very much relevant for your preparation. But as usual, before we start our discussion, I would like to give the brief introduction about this initiative so that if you are new to our channel you will get more connected with us. Guys, basically in this video we are going to discuss three types of questions, and these questions would be taken from three different sources. So depending on it, the first set of questions which we are going to discuss here would be taken from the current affairs. What we are going to do here? We will take up the most important articles from the newspapers. We are going to break them down into the simplest language possible. We are going to derive the possible prelims question from those particular articles so that it will give the idea which part of the newspaper is important for you, what should be your approach when you are reading these news articles, and how you can expect a possible prelims question from those particular topics. This is what we are going to do in the first phase of our discussion. After solving questions with respect to current affairs, we will shift our approach to the another part. Here we will discuss questions from the static portion, static topic based questions. As you know, currently we are discussing Indian polity, and in Indian polity we are discussing the Parliament of India, and in Parliament of India we are discussing related concepts to the Raj Sabha. So today we are going to discuss a concept related to Raj Sabha and try to derive a possible prelims question on that particular concept so that it will give you the exact idea how exactly a question can be asked in the exam. After solving questions with respect to current affairs and the static part, we will shift our approach to the last part of our discussion. Here we will solve questions from the previous year question book. To me this is the most important part, because in here we will try to learn what is the vocabulary used by UPSC for framing your papers. We will try to understand what are the different trends UPSC tries to follow for framing your questions, and at the same time we will try to understand what can be the different techniques which we can implement in the exam if we don't have the proper knowledge of the question, and at the same time we will try to understand how we can implement this knowledge in the upcoming exam. So this is in nutshell what we are going to do in this video. Now before we will start our discussion, I would like to request you guys, please do subscribe the channel. When you subscribe us, it is a kind of acknowledgement to our work which we put forward to you guys. So please do subscribe us, do share it with your friends so that they may also get benefited from this initiative. And please do write in the comments what else should we bring for you guys. Now without any delay, let's have a look at the first question which we had brought today. Here the question, as you can see on the screen, is about the total fertility rate and replacement level fertility. So what is this? Why we are discussing this replacement level fertility and total fertility rate? Definitely there was discussion with respect to delimitation in the news article. So before going to that discussion, we will first solve the question here, understand what this total fertility rate is and replacement level is. Then we will go to the go to the discussion, to the context of the question why we had brought this question here. So let's solve the question first. Here the question says, consider the following statements regarding the total fertility rate and replacement level fertility. First statement: total fertility of 2.1 is generally considered the replacement level, signifying a population that replaces itself. 100% correct. Exactly, this is 100% true. Total fertility, it is considered to be 2.1. If total fertility rate is 2.1, then it is considered that it is the replacement level. It is the replacement rate. So it signifies a population that replaces itself. So first statement is correct. Second statement, it says a total fertility rate consistently below the replacement level invariably leads to immediate population decline. No, it does not lead to immediate population decline. That we have to understand. So second statement is incorrect. When we can understand from this question the second statement is incorrect, we can eliminate option B here. We can eliminate option C and option D. So we are left with option 1 only, that is 1 and 3 only. So we got our answer. What would be the answer for this question? But for the knowledge sake, we will solve the third statement. Third statement says socio-economic factors such as increased family literacy and urbanization often correlate with increased female literacy and urbanization often correlate with a decrease in total fertility rate. 100% correct, nothing wrong with the statement. So 1 and 3 statements, 1 and third statement is correct. Fourth statement: regions with a total fertility rate significantly above the replacement level are guaranteed to experience rapid economic growth due to a large young workforce. Even we can expect a large economic growth, but it is not guaranteed. It can be a disaster also. So fourth statement is incorrect. So with respect to this question, the correct statements are statement 1 and statement 3. So from here we understood what is the total fertility rate, how it impacts the replacement rate, what should be the ratio of the total fertility rate to achieve this replacement rate level. So with this, why we are discussing this question here? Because of the delimitation process, which is in discussion right now, the concern of the South Indian states, the concern of the South Indian states, that the concern why what they raised, that delimitation, it should be postponed, or we can say it should be frozen. Delimitation should be frozen till next 25 years. So this is the concern raised by the, this is the this is what the South Indian states seek right now, that delimitation, it should be frozen till next 25 years. So what is the issue with this? What is the issue with the delimitation? Even the constitution, when the constitution was framed, it was very much clearly laid down in the constitution that after every census there should be delimitation according to Article 82 of the Indian Constitution. So why is there so issue? That issue, we had discussed it till now that 4 times this delimitation had happened in the history of Indian independence. For example, first time it happened in after the 1951 census, then it happened in 1963 after the 1961 census, then it happened in 1973 after the 1971 census, and 2002 after the 2001 census. It had happened 4 times, but it was different constitutional amendments had brought in, and they had discussed how this can be restricted, how it was frozen for 25 years earlier, after 1971 census till 2021, how it was frozen till 2021, and after 2021 how it has been frozen till 2026. Whenever the census would be done after 2026, then it will be, delimitation will be done. So this has been the history. So why are South Indian states, they do not want it to happen? South Indian states, they were very progressive if compared with the North Indian states. Their education level was very different. They had achieved education level, they had achieved the urbanization, the well planned urbanization, they had achieved the education level. They understood how the population can be the disaster for the state, and they implemented the reforms which controlled the population in those particular states. And at the same time, the North Indian states, they did not care at all. They were very much financially dependent as compared to the South Indian states. So South Indian states did everything good. They became financially very much independent. They achieved this total, they controlled the fertility rate of their states, but at what cost? If these things, if the population would be the criteria for the delimitation, that the representation of seats in the particular states in the Lok Sabha, then definitely their efforts, their reforms, what they had achieved, would definitely cost them in the delimitation. So that is the worry which they are raising, that we had done everything good, we are being punished for doing the good. So this is the issue, and that's why they are raising this, that it should be it should be frozen until 25 years more. So this is the whole discussion. So with this, I hope you had understood it. We are discussing it from last many days now about the delimitation. So with this, I hope you had understood the question as well as the context of the question. Now let's move to the another slide and see what question we had brought there. Here again, the question is about the Form 17C. It is in news, it is revolving because of the, here, what are the various challenges associated with the Form 17C that we have to discuss. So here the question is basically talking about the challenges associated with Form 17C. Actually the article was associated with it, Form 17C. So we discussed it. What does the Form 17C contain? It contains the number of votes, polled, number of voters entering the voting station. It contains about the the numbers of the ID numbers of the EVM machines. It contains all that. But there is an issue with it. Form 17C. This. When the presiding officer. When the presiding officer prepares this Form 17C. It is, he shares it with the, he shares it with whom? He shares it with the representatives of the candidates in the polling booth. and it is not shared widely. It is not shared widely on the internet. So that is the issue. That is what the people are demanding. People are demanding that there are various, if we will see the form 17C, there are huge variations in it, that how many people entered for the voting and how many people did not vote. So definitely there are huge number of variations with respect to it, and there are concerns that there might be any manipulation with respect to that. So the people all over the electors, the people, the candidates, they are demanding that it should be shared within 48 hours. Earlier, Election Commission of India, they did not agree to it. They were not in interest. Now they are negotiating with it. They are discussing with respect to whether it should be it should be shared or not. So that's why it is in news. So here let's understand more about the form 17C. Let's see what does it say through this question. The question says, regarding form 17C used in Indian elections, consider the following statements. First statement: it is a document that records the account of votes polled at each polling station. 100% correct. Second statement: it is prepared exclusively by the returning officer. No, it is prepared by a presiding officer. So second statement is incorrect. So we can eliminate option B, eliminate option C, and eliminate option D. We are left with option A only. That is the correct answer. But for the information's sake, let's have a look at the third statement. The third statement says the Election Commission of India is legally mandated to publish Form 17C data online within 48 hours of the completion of polling. Totally incorrect. This is also incorrect. So with respect to this question, the correct statement is statement 1 only. That is option A only. With this, I hope you had understood about Form 17C. We had discussed it various times. So with this discussion, you had got the final outlook of it. So with this, let's move to the another slide and see what question we had brought there. Here the question is about the South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. Why SAARC is in news, even though it is almost a dead rubber now. Why it is in news? It is in news because about the statement made by the Jaishankar about it, that it is not dead. It is it is not he made the statement that the SAARC is not off the table. It is not completely dead. It is still alive, but we have still certain differences with Pakistan with respect to that. So we can say SAARC is still alive, but not totally off the table. So with respect to this, we need to know what are the members of the SAARC. A question about it can be asked in the exam. Who are the members? The members in the SAARC, how they share border with the India. So where is the secretariat located in of the SAARC? So we need to know about it. So with respect to the members, we should know that who are the members of the SAARC. We should know that first India is the member, second Pakistan is the member, Afghanistan is the member. India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Bhutan, Bangladesh is the member. Bhutan is the member. Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal is the member, and Malaysia, Maldives, and Sri Lanka. These are the members of the SAARC. So here, let's see what does the question say. Question says, regarding the South Indian Association for Regional Cooperation, consider the following statements. First statement: all SAARC members states share a land border with India. No, that's totally incorrect. We have Sri Lanka, we have Maldives, they don't share land border with India. So first statement is incorrect. So we can eliminate option A and option C. Now it would be better for us to have a look at the third statement to find the answer, because we are left with option B and D. So let's have a look at the third statement. Third statement says SAARC Charter emphasizes the principle of bilateral and contentious issues being discussed within the forum. Totally incorrect. It does not emphasize on it. It in a way says that we should move away from it. They should not be discussed in the forum. So third statement is incorrect. We can eliminate option C and option D. We are left with option B only, that is 2 and 4. That would be the correct answer. For the information's sake, let's have a look at the options 2. Statement 2, it says the SAARC Secretariat is located in the Kathmandu, Nepal. 100% correct. Fourth statement, the SAARC Development Fund primarily focuses on infrastructural development projects across member states. 100% correct. So with respect to this question, the correct statements are statement 2 and statement 4 only. With this, I hope you had understood the question as well as the context of the question. You know why I'm solving these questions like that? So that you will develop this habit of solving questions like this. You know, you have to solve it via your options. Try to develop this habit of solving questions through options. You know, when you develop this question, the solving your question paper becomes much easier. You know, you understood option here, I will explain it again. You understood option 1 is incorrect, so you could had easily eliminate option C and option B. A. Now you are left with option B and option D. See what are common in option B and D. Option 2 is common, option 4 is common, so it is better for us to look at the option C. We will find our answer. If it is correct, then it is correct. If it is incorrect, then this statement would be incorrect. This is how you should develop this habit. This is how you should follow your this is how this habit should be followed in the exam. So with this, let's move to the another slide and see what question we had brought there. Here the question says, regarding the Kariwak class stealth frigates of the Indian Navy, consider the following statements. You know about Kariwak class, there are why it is in news. You know, a fourth Kariwak class stealth frigate was launched in into waters, so that's why it is in news. So first here, and let's try to understand what are these four Kariwak class stealth frigate. Let's understand, let's know what are the first one is INS Tushit. INS Tushit is the first one. INS Tushit. Second one is INS Tamal. INS Tamal. These two, INS Tushit and Tamal, they are made in Russia, so please do remember it. Third one is INS Trupal. INS Trupal. And fourth one, which has been launched, which is in the news, is INS Tavasya. INS Tavasya. It has been launched recently. That's why it is in news. Tavasya. You know, these two are made in Goa. So INS Tushit and Tamal are made in Russia, and INS Trupal and Tavasya are made in Goa. So these are the four Kariwak class stealth frigates of the Indian Navy. So with respect to this, let's solve the question now. The question says, regarding the Kariwak class stealth frigates of the Indian Navy, consider the following statements. First statement, these frigates are indigenously designed and manufactured entirely within India. Totally incorrect. No, they are not manufactured entirely in India. We saw the cases with INS Tushit and Tamal. They are made in Russia. So first statement is incorrect. If first statement is incorrect, we can eliminate option A and option C. Now we are left with option B and option D. What do you think would be preferable for us to have a look at the option, to have a look at which option? It is option 3. So let's see what does the option 3 say. They primarily serve as an anti-submarine warfare platforms. 100% correct. So the correct answer would be option D to this question. Now, but for the information's sake, let's have a look at the option 2 and option 4 also. Option 2 says they are equipped with advanced stealth features to minimize radar detection. 100% correct. It is something which we can assume, which is true. Fourth statement, the frigates are a result of a collaborative project with Russia. 100% true. So with respect to this question, the correct statements are statement 2, statement 3 and statement 4 only. With this, I hope you had understood this question also, and also the context of this question. Now with this, let's move to the last question from the current affairs part. Then after we will shift towards the static portion. Here the question says, consider the following pairs of joint military exercises between India and France. First, naval exercise Varuna, correct. Air Force exercise Garuda, correct. Army exercise Shakti, correct. Which of the pairs given above are correctly matched? All the three are correctly matched. So with this, I hope you had understood these questions and also the context of these questions. If there is any confusion, please do write in the comments. We are you are most welcome to ask us the questions, to criticize us. We are here to help you and help to improve ourselves too. So your feedback does matter to us. So please do give us your feedback. What do you feel about this initiative? Is anything which we can improve here? So with this, let's move to the another part of our discussion where we will solve questions from the static portion. As you know, currently we are discussing with the, currently we are discussing Indian polity, and Indian polity we are discussing the Parliament of India. So with respect to the Parliament of India, currently we are discussing the Raj Sabha, and today we are discussing the constituent power of the Raj Sabha. So in the constituent power of the Raj Sabha, it has a power related to the constitutional amendment bill. It gives the independent power to the Raj Sabha, and the Constitution does not provide for a, for example, Constitution does not provide for a joint session of the constitutional amendment bill. So what does that mean? It means that the Raj Sabha enjoys the same power as the Lok Sabha enjoys in it, and if the Raj Sabha does not, adhere or does not like any provision of the constitutional amendment bill, it can defeat it easily, as there is no joint session with respect to that. So with respect to this is the constitutional power of the Raj Sabha. So here we will solve the question and see and know more about it. The question says, regarding the constitutional powers of the Raj Sabha, consider the following statement. First statement: the Raj Sabha has equal powers with the Lok Sabha in the passage of all the constitutional amendment bills. 100% correct. Nothing wrong with the statement. Second statement: the Raj Sabha can initiate money bill. Incorrect. Option 2 is incorrect. We can eliminate option B, option C, and option D. We are left with option 1 and 3 only. That is the correct answer. Third statement: the Raj Sabha has exclusive power to authorize Parliament to make laws on matters in the state list. 100% correct. Fourth statement: the Raj Sabha elects the Vice President of India. Totally incorrect. So with respect to this question, the correct statements are statement 1 and statement 3. Basically, the constitutional power of the Raj Sabha is very much related to the constitutional amendment acts. How they have control over them, how they enjoy the equal power as the Lok Sabha enjoys. They can, if there is deadlock between the Raj Sabha and Lok Sabha, there is no joint session regarding that. So with this, I hope you had understood this question as well. Now with this, let's move to the another slide and see what question we had brought from the previous year question book. Here this question was asked in 2006, and trust me, this question can be important for this year's exam too. As we had seen UPSC has this habit of repeating the questions. See here, what does the question say? Question says, other than India and China, which of the following countries border Myanmar? So trust me, a question like it can be asked in the exam, and it is important for your this year's exam or next year's exam, because Myanmar is in news. The issues with the within Myanmar, it has been in the news from last 2 to 3 years. So we cannot ignore this question here. Let us solve the question. What is the correct answer? Thailand, Laos, and Bangladesh, they are the borders of the Myanmar. True. So with respect to this question, the correct answer would be option 4. So here, please do go through your previous year question. There are many clues in it. That is the reason we are discussing them, because as it is said, the previous year questions act Bible to the UPSC aspirants. If a UPSC aspirant does not see what questions had been asked in the previous year question papers, trust me, there are 99% chances, 99% chance that he won't get selected. 99.99% chances that he won't get selected if any aspirant is not going for the previous year question book. They are not looking at the previous year questions which were asked. So there are high chances that he will not get selected, because he will not have the idea. Many questions are repeated. This is also a kind of elimination technique. When you know what were the questions asked, what were the options asked, so you will get this idea. So please develop this habit. You are left to almost 50 days are away from for your exams. So within these 50 days, develop this habit. Now go through your previous year question book. Read every question carefully. Understand the pattern, understand the options there. And trust me, if you will do so, and you would have followed my lectures here, you would have followed these questions, there are good chances that you can crack any question related to current affairs and whatever questions we have discussed from the static portion. So with this, I would like to conclude today's discussion. I hope you would have liked the video. I hope you would share it with your friends, and definitely I hope you would subscribe the channel. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you very much, and have a nice day.